Now, talked about most improved, most deteriorated. Now let's talk about the biggest splash in free agency. There's going to be some overlap here. Definitely the Nets because of the KD, Kyrie, and DeAndre Jordan signings. But let's kind of talk about the Mavs right now. Not only did they trade and sign an extension with Kristaps Porzingis, sign Seth Curry. They have their eyes set on Danny Green. They had some guys come over in the Miami trade with the Sixers to clear up cap space for Jimmy Butler. Having Luka Doncic come back, who just won Rookie of the Year. I know that's not what you have your eyes set on when you come into the NBA, but it's a good accomplishment. Maybe the Lakers, if they get Kawhi, you would put the big splash in them for them. Moving on to some surprising moves now. Very surprising moves to me and to the league. D'Angelo Russell to the Warriors. Definitely did not see that. I predicted he would either go to the Lakers or to the Suns, maybe the Timberwolves if they were lucky. But no, what did they do? The Warriors come out of nowhere thinking, hey, don't forget about us. And then get D'Angelo Russell, 21-point guy, 7 assists. Definitely can fill some of the spots for the Warriors. A little bit younger, though, than what the Warriors are used to, but still a great fit. I've heard that the Warriors could try and trade away D'Angelo Russell. Well, if it's in the middle of this year or next year, it's just a big contract for a guy, D'Angelo Russell, to be on the Warriors when you have Steph and Clay, and then you also have to pay Draymond Green next year, so look for D'Angelo Russell to be shipped soon. Al Horford to the Sixers. He was in talks. He was going to go to the Clippers or the Mavs, but what does he do? He switches it up, and he goes to the Sixers from the Celtics, who are rivals, mind you. Yes, rivals. So not only will they get to be playing each other 4 times a year, they get to be battling 4 times, and there's going to be some angst between the two teams, with Al Horford going to choose the Sixers. Sticking with the Sixers still, we're talking about Jimmy Butler. I think that Jimmy Butler, I thought a lot of people thought he was going to re-sign, and then kind of the Rockets kind of got into some mixes of, some signing and trading. The Clippers were thinking of signing him, but what does he do? He's like, nah, I'm going to go to Miami. That was a really big surprise to me because with Miami, he gets his wishes to kind of be the go-to guy, gets paid, but now he doesn't really have the chance to contend for championships, say if he were on the Sixers. Sixers were 1 bounce away from going to the conference finals. I definitely thought they would have beat the Bucks, and against the injury-ravaged team against the Warriors, I think that they could have beat them too. But now he gets to be the guy in Miami. Great destination too. Hopefully he can attract some other free agents in the next couple of years so they can start being competitive again. And then the last one for my surprising move was J.J. Redick. I also thought he would have stayed in the Sixers in Philadelphia as well. Love the vibe. Great offensive weapon for them. But no, what does he do? He goes to the New Orleans Pelicans. Yep, he goes to joins an up-and-coming team with a bunch of great talent, young talent, mind you. They got Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson now, Drew Holiday, Jahlil Okafor. Definitely going to provide some great veteran and locker room experience for them. Now, some under-the-radar signings that kind of have gotten missed or jumped over. Mentioned earlier the Cauley-Stein signing, center to the Warriors, averages 11 and 8. Definitely going to help Kevon Looney and bring some defense. I think of him as a more athletic DeMarcus Cousins. Maybe not offensively, but definitely got the size, rebounding ability, and previous defenses abilities. Another one, Isaiah Thomas to Washington. Not 3 years ago, this dude was averaging 30 points for the Celtics. Obviously, injuries happen, and that's sad to see what it's done to Isaiah Thomas, but I think that this dude still got some left in the tank, and I definitely think he's going to get some great playing time in Washington, especially with John Wall coming off injury, off an Achilles, and then also due to him being injury prone. We also got a guy like Bradley Beal on that team, Roy Hachimura. Great young talent, great experienced talent in Bradley Beal. Definitely going to help IT. Next is probably the last one under the radar signing is Wesley Matthews to the Bucks, Milwaukee Bucks. Yes, so in the conference finals, we noticed that the Milwaukee Bucks could not shoot the ball against a very defensive-minded team in Toronto. Not only could they not shoot, but they can't hit their open shots. And what is Wes Matthews? He's a sniper. This dude can hit. He's been hitting all of his career, and it's just a great signing for the Bucks. Come in, hit 3 or 4 threes in the first half, hit 3 or 4 threes in the second half. That's like 20 points right there. Definitely a great guy to come off the bench. So these are kind of my surprising moves, under the radar signings. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment, please. Drop a comment. Now we're going to get into some discussion questions right now. Let's just start this off. When/if do the Nets win a title? Obviously, we know what kind of player Kevin Durant is. 2 Finals MVP, 1 MVP, couple scoring titles. Kyrie, NBA champion. Probably one of the best ball handlers today. Probably top 3 all time. So where does that leave them? Great young core. Great signing in DeAndre Jordan as well. Definitely good potential. I definitely see them winning maybe 1 playoff series this year, but not really going too deep into the playoffs. The Nets can get to the finals in the next 3 years. Are they going to win a title in those next 3 years? No, I don't think so. The West teams are too strong and too overloaded for the Nets to win, especially with KD coming off an injury where he's definitely not going to be his 100% self in at least maybe 4 years, and even then, Father Time is starting to catch up to KD. Don't think they're going to beat the Lakers. Sixers are going to be hard to go up against. The Nuggets, the Blazers, I just don't see the Nets beating those two teams, especially the Lakers, with or without Kawhi. You heard it here, with or without. Sorry, and, not or, and without Kawhi. So I kind of talked about this earlier. Are the Warriors going to be making the playoffs this year? Yes, they're going to be making the playoff. Before KD came to the Warriors, Steph was averaging 30 points, 9 assists, if not 10 assists. Draymond Green was averaging almost near triple-doubles. I think that's what he's going to be averaging again this year. D'Angelo Russell is probably going to be averaging 23, 24 points. Probably that same 7-assist area. I think that they're not going to host a playoff series, but they're going to kind of compete for that 6 to 8 spot, maybe the 5 seed. I just don't see them winning, any playoff series except for maybe the first series they're in, just because their injuries and their depth is not what it used to be, and you don't have KD. You don't have 3 options anymore. You have 2 options in Steph and D'Angelo, and then you have Clay coming in as well. No Clay till the All-Star game break, so that's like 2/3 of the season gone. Definitely going to be above 500, but not where you think you would be if you were a typical Warriors team. New young players, Kevon Looney's coming back, D'Angelo Russell, great young player, and then they lost their depth. Lost Iguodala in a trade. That was a dude who was getting a lot of minutes, definitely one of their defensive anchors. But now Draymond Green's just going to have to take on that weight or that role more, and then Kevon Looney as well. And then Jordan Bell they lost, and some other bench guys. The Lakers now. Moving on to talking about the Lakers. Are there any foreseeable championships in their future? Yes. Hell yeah. Let's do that one more time. Duh. LeBron and AD, that's another essential. Kobe and Shaq to a certain degree. In the foreseeable future, I see the Lakers winning 2 to 3 championships in the next 4 years. Yes, 2 or 3 championships in the next 4 years. The reason why I say this is that the West is wide open right now with KD leaving the Warriors. Portland is a team that's going to be good, but how good is Hassan Whiteside going to be? How good is Kent Bazemore going to be? How good is Yusuf Nurkic going to be coming back from injury? Denver's probably the one team I'm worried about. Not only is Paul Millsap coming back, but it's the same young core, the same team that played together for the last 3 or 4 years, the team that has got great chemistry and that was one game away from being in the conference finals. MVP caliber center in Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, who just signed a 5-year, $170 million extension, and great coach. Like I'm really worried about Denver. Another team in the West, Utah. Utah got really good in that Mike Conley trade and the Boban Bogdanovic signing. And then kind of something else, probably not too worried about, but the Rockets. The Rockets are the same team they were last year, 53-win team. Warriors aren't going to bounce them this year, probably in the playoffs. So watch for them. Obviously, we know what kind of's been happening between James Harden and Chris Paul. Kind of been clashing heads recently. But, yeah, the West is wide open right now. And teams in the East I'm really kind of worried about Philadelphia and Milwaukee. And even then, Giannis can't shoot still, so I'm not really worried about shooting. And then can I just say LeBron James. Like, LeBron James, the homie, like, it's LeBron. You got LeBron, Anthony Davis, fingers crossed for Kawhi, but that team is just too good already. Funny thing about the Lakers, a couple weeks ago, they went from the laughingstock of the NBA to, with one simple trade, okay, maybe not simple trade, but with one trade, title contenders, back to Laker mentality, Mamba mentality, Lakers, like the Lake Show, like, yes, championships in the foreseeable future for the Lakers. What's the situation going on with Boogie Cousins, Alex? Well, let's see. Boogie Cousins traded from the Kings to the Pelicans, was up for a $200 million contract max, super max, like averaging 28 points, 12 rebounds. Dude's a monster. But he tears his Achilles. Okay. Pelicans are like, all right, we'll give you a big contract, but maybe not one you're expecting, because you never know how Achilles injuries are. No one's really the same after that. But he's like, no, I'm going to go, chase rings with the Warriors. And, gets healed up, second game into the playoffs, tears his quad. Well, that's not good now. Now he tore his Achilles, averaging 16 and 8 now, came back looking good, tears his quad now. That doesn't look good either, because you're already getting back from injury, now you have another injury, so you're losing out on more money. And I just think that teams, it's too risky for them right now, because he's probably going to be asking for, a decent amount of money, but you have to think of it. How much money is he asking for? How much time are you going to play him for? What DeMarcus Cousins are you going to get? Are you going to get 28 and 12? Are you going to get 16 and 8? Are you going to get the hot-headed DeMarcus Cousins who gets technical fouls every other night? Are you going to get the cool-headed DeMarcus who is just going to go out there and play, maybe trash talk a little bit, but not get into too much trouble? Is he going to be wanting the ball a lot, or is he going to be kind of team-oriented? Temper, how is the team chemistry going to be lining up? Like, there's just a lot of unknown factors with DeMarcus Cousins, and I think that if the Lakers miss out on Kawhi, I definitely think that the Lakers have a good chance of signing him. Obviously, he won't stay on the board forever. I just don't know which teams are going to take that chance on him. I would sign him. I wouldn't sign him to like a 4-year, $100 million contract, but I would sign him to a 2-year, 40 mil or something like that, where he still gets paid for the player. Because what DeMarcus Cousins brings to the table. But at the same time, look at the past. Injuries, technical fouls. Is he going to be a ball hog, or is he going to be more about the team? So, just kind of iffy on that. Celtics. What will we see from the Celtics this year? We know lost Kyrie, lost Terry Rozier. Marcus Morris is an unrestricted free agent, still on the market right now. Al Horford left. What do we see? Enes Kanter's filling in the 5. We know offensively what he can do, what he brings to the table, and we know defensively he's trash. Traded for Kemba. And Gordon Hayward's coming back now 2 years off that injury. So what Celtics will we see? I think we're going to see a pretty dominant, well, I wouldn't say dominant, but I'd say we're going to see a pretty top-seeded 3 3, probably 4 seed in the East for the Celtics. I definitely think we're going to be seeing Jason Tatum being used a lot more offensively. We're definitely going to see Jaylen Brown out open more, kind of see how he progresses in his three-point offensive capabilities. Gordon Hayward, still a lot of questions, taking up a lot of that salary cap for the Celtics because we know what we did in Utah first game in a Celtics uniform. Breaks his leg, definitely a gruesome injury to fight back from, definitely messes with your mind. However, I think that we're going to see growth from all three of these guys, and like I said, 3, 4 seed probably. I think we're going to see more of that 2018 playoff team with when there was no Kyrie. I definitely think that Kemba is a little bit of a downgrade from Kyrie, but that doesn't mean Kemba can't ball. I think that Kemba is a better teammate than Kyrie, but when you think of Kemba, think of one more step and a lot of tangibles, and then you'll have Kyrie. I think that Kemba brings more intangibles to the team, though. And then the last question we're going to be discussing for all you Knicks fans. What happened to y'all? Y'all were so much hype. Y'all will be like, oh, we're going to get Zion. We're tanking so hard right now. We're going to get Kyrie. We're going to get KD. We have Dennis Smith Jr. coming back. Man, we're going to be loaded. We're going to be the team to beat. Well, let me tell you why Knicks fans got it wrong. Definitely bad luck due to some of it in the draft. You know, y'all tank when a young guy was doing good. You would take him out, so you would lose the game. Veterans would be playing. You'd take them out, let young players play, kind of sacrifice your records. That's why Enes Kanter got traded to the Blazers, and that's why DeAndre Jordan left for the Knicks, because he did not like, he wanted his playing time. And he didn't want to be on a team that sat him for bad young players for them to tank and try and get Zion Williamson. Also, you have a bad head of your organization, James Dolan. I'm going to tell you what I know. I'm not a James Dolan fanatic. I'm not a James Dolan know his life story. I'm just going to present some facts to you. He said that he doesn't know a lot about basketball, and that he has his president of basketball operations and his GM, Steve Mills, take care of that. So, he has input. Ultimately, I feel like he has yes or no power, but he shifted all of his basketball responsibilities to the GM. So, he did that, and he got on radio, and he was like, oh, we're going to bring everybody over here. And what do they have to show for it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing except for Julius Randle. But that's what happens when you perform these actions of, we're not going to play anybody. We're going to play a bunch of bums so we can tank. That doesn't look good, because now if you're trying to attract stars, even if you get one star, they're going to have to be the savior of the franchise, and the Knicks is a big organization to do that just due to their fan base and where they're located at. But not only that, you didn't offer Kevin Durant. You came out publicly and said that you didn't offer KD the max, and that's why he decided to go with Brooklyn. Obviously, the injury report didn't get sent to you, the medical report didn't get sent to you, and that's why you're iffy. But if the Warriors were confident enough to offer a 5-year supermax contract, and the Nets are willing to pay a max contract, why weren't you able to give a max contract? It just seems kind of weird to me. But I don't make those decisions. They canceled their meeting with Kawhi Leonard because they thought they didn't have a chance. You take a meeting. You try and take a meeting. Even if you don't think you have a chance, you stick your name in there, because there's that 0.00001% chance that you could get that meeting. But you blew it. You blew it. Overall, for the Knicks, why the ultimate lying reason of why they're so duty is because they hyped themselves up too much this previous season before really diving into the off season. So, sucks to suck, Knicks and Knicks fans. Go be Brooklyn fans now. because your organization doesn't know how to run an organization, apparently. So thanks for tuning in to the ASTN and watching me, ya boy, Alex Thompson, AT, talk to you today. Please comment, like, subscribe. Always interested to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks for watching. Peace.